Can you hear me now? Let me do a sound check. Can y'all hear me now? Audio, audio, yeah, it's working. My bad. I was saying, what's up, James Cash? I was saying, hopefully you guys having a great weekend. Had a great Friday evening and safe. And I want to send my condolences to Hollywood. He doesn't type much, but he be up in the comment section. And he lost a younger cousin to violence. And so I wanted to send my condolences to him. And once again, hope you guys are having a great weekend. Marlon Guest, good looking out, man. I appreciate you, homie. You've been real consistent over the years, man. Appreciate you, homie. Nikki Lee, what's up with you, Nikki? What's up, Michelle? How you doing? So, I spent today. Well, of course, I slept like I always do. I watch baseball. I watch basketball. But I've been trying to study analytics and algorithms and look at the comparisons to different channels and who's doing what right and who's not. And so I think the most striking thing that I noticed was some of the competitor channels with way more viewers or subscribers. We all ranked about the same. Um, my engagement is actually better than them. I guess because they got millions of followers, but my engagement is excellent. Uh, it says that I'm not reaching my full potential in monetization, and I'm not uploading as much as some of the other channels. Now, I was surprised. I am beating some of them better channels in some categories. Again, one being engagement, so that's pretty good. So I got to kind of figure it out and get back to putting up more content some kind of way somehow. I just get tired of all these stories and this gang stuff. You know what I mean? No, I don't have clickbait titles, but my titles are pretty good. My titles rank with everybody else's titles, though. Um, your homie need a barber. That ain't my homie. Hey man, the funniest part. I don't care if you said anything good, anything bad, anything indifferent. Everybody's talking about the George Jefferson comment. Funny as hell. Funny as hell, man. Not the George Jefferson. Hey, man. They got a lot of people talking and laughing right there, man. But, oh my goodness. I don't tap into other channels. Most of their chats is whack. I feel you on that. I feel you. But I'm doing my comparisons, try to tune these channels up a little bit. Tune them up just a little bit. Turn up a little notch. I do not drink coffee. When I was in prison, I used to drink Folgers. I used to drink the best coffee. I had to have my sugar in there, and cream. You know what I mean? But, nah, I'm more of a hot chocolate guy, but I don't even drink hot chocolate no more. Coffee keep you up. I like to sleep. You should know that by now. I've been sleeping ever since I got on YouTube. I sleep a lot, man. What's up with you, OG Steve? How you doing, man? Kev, how long did Stagger Lee do when he got arrested? I don't know. Somebody asked that the other night. I don't know how much time he did. I believe he got stretched out, though. You check on OG Bam, tell him we praying for him, Kev, man. I don't know. I have not reached out to Bam other than on his YouTube page. I left a comment and I didn't get a reply. If he replied, I didn't get a notification. But no, I haven't checked on him. Um, Last I know, he said he wasn't coming on YouTube no more. So, but I usually check on Bam whenever something's going on. But no, I haven't. Banknote Productions. OG Steve, please tell your mom Happy Mother's Day. 24 and 8. What it do? What it do? What it do? YouTube ain't for everyone. They talk crazy in the comments. So I looked into what's the name? 15 to Life and Dub's little beef. I think 15 to Life handled that pretty well, pretty professional and respectful. You know, sometimes you could kill people softly, man. You could get your point across without being disrespectful and being truthful, so you ain't lying or dragging their name. 16 to Life. Um, he did well with his presentation. That was a cold story about your homeboy that got 620 years from the robberies back in the day. I mean, you know, I don't watch him, so I don't remember his name. But that was a mistake. 16 to Life. You know, people used to get 15 to Life, is what made me say 15 to Life. Nikki Lee, she might be able to come home from the hospital this week. We praying for her. We praying for you, OG Steve. Oh, Eddie Boy feelings hurt. Oh, wow. Eddie Boy's feelings hurt? Who hurt his feelings? Dudes in the chat come off like ticks and fleas on your nuts who always trying to know business that ain't theirs. You have to look at it, fam, from the perspective of the brothers who they want to know about. We need a story on Brother House. Who is Brother House? Newhouse? Hands of Stone. I was thinking, when is Motor Mouse coming home? After watching the Stag video, he probably ain't getting out. I Googled something and I think Mouse. I don't know if it was Mouse, but I think Mouse and Stag got some time cut off. No, Mouse got some time cut off for the firearm, I believe. Something to do with a firearm. He got some time cut off. I don't know, but Mouse is a master at paperwork. So he's going to do everything he can to get back. But I haven't spoken to Mouse in some years now. Maybe 3 years, maybe. Both the house. Oh, both the house. I don't know. I probably won't do a story on both the house. I don't know. And which both the house? You know, it's multiple both the houses, right? But I really, honestly, don't plan on doing a story on none of the boats. If Mouse does a phone call, he's shutting down the channel for sure. If Mouse does a phone call, he's shutting down the channel for sure. What you mean by that? I don't understand. Mouse is supposed to be writing like 2 books. They should be finished by now, you know. But last time I talked to him, he was working on 2 books. He sent me a couple of chapters of the manuscript, but from my understanding, he sent it to multiple homes. He's got different copies. But I thought at that point, if you're gonna do a book, you might as well do an interview to plug your book so your book sell, right? Or maybe he's shooting for the stars and going after Vlad TV. I have no idea. Only 20 likes is crazy. Diamondbacks own the Dodgers 16 and 15 last games. It's all good. Phone call interview, everybody locked in. Oh yeah, I don't know if he'll do that though. I told him years ago when he was working on his book that he should do it, but he said he wasn't doing no interviews at the time, you know. And then Mouse is kind of old school to where, you know, he probably feels some type of way about doing an interview over the phone. I don't know, but at that time he said he wasn't doing no interviews. Excuse me, I trust his judgment. Kim Mac, I was watching a video of a football game against your sister. Dude had me dying at the park. Yeah, man, he died right after my sister. Yeah, I think a Motor Mouse phone call interview would be highly rated, I think. My condolences. Oh yeah, that's been years now. Been many years now. Before YouTube, before I got on YouTube. Nikki Lee, what's up with you, darling Nikki? You feeling better over there? How you doing? Mac, I need an invite to one of them barbecues you threw last week. It'll be next April, homie. Next April. Just my personal opinion. Hood war stories are garbage to me. I got tired of hearing about more pain and suffering with brother. Me too, but I don't know if it's the suffering and the pain that I got tired of. I think I was more tired of these nobodies, you know what I'm saying, people we hadn't heard of getting they shine like they was reputable OGs, you know what I mean? You bring some meat, all right. You know, like I said last night, over the next 11 months, we'll be talking about it. So, you know, if you guys watch this channel, you'll be in the loop. If you don't watch the channel, I'm not personally sending invites to everybody on the channel. And like the video I stated, I really don't care about getting more numbers. There are a few select people who do wish to come that's outside the platform. And, you know, I forgot to mention Jimmy Lavender didn't make it. Jimmy Lavender was trying his best to come, but he waited last minute and didn't have a ride. I don't get nothing out of old bangers telling hood stories. It happened. It don't need to be addressed. But I understand the biggest figures in the culture will always have their story. Everybody has a story. You feel me? The stories are intriguing. Some of the stories are intriguing. And in my case, you guys get to know me. You get to know who you watching. You know, shit, it was you guys used to want the damn stories. You guys asking the damn questions. Not you per se, James Cash, but I mean my viewer, my audience. And shit, who knew it would have became a phenomenon? Who would have knew everybody was going to be telling stories like this? Never meet. Dudes been in jail, come home, get more respect than dudes on the streets. I never understood dudes you don't know, never met in decades. Because of the stories, because of the history. That would be like saying you don't understand Malcolm X or Martin Luther King or, you know what I mean, Muhammad Ali. You feel me? For sure, Kev. Mostly depending on who the individual of focus is. What is your process on picking who you will profile? Well, first you got to have some material to profile anybody. Secondly, I try, you know, just like my interviews, I try to go after dudes with names, dudes whose names that you heard of. Got a hot bath, oil beads for the lonely mothers. But, you know, one thing I learned about profiling people and giving people props that have passed, some people don't take kind to it. Some people, the family don't appreciate it, but the homies do. And some people, the homies don't appreciate it, but the families do. So you never really know how people are going to react to the content you put out. And back to 16 to life, when I'm watching his video about Dubs, he touched on that. He touched on it and articulated it very well. You have to be very cautious of the content you put out and how you're going to put it out. Because it could be that one small thing you say or the way you portray them that piss people off. But sometimes you don't do anything to piss them off. Sometimes people just want their name mentioned and other people don't want their name mentioned. Some girlfriends want acknowledgement and some don't. You feel me? Some crimees would like to be mentioned because they was there. Some crimees want to stay under the radar. I told a jail story. I told a jail story about a guy from one of our arch enemy sets. And I was in the cell with one of his homeboys, and one of his homeboys called me and was like, "Wow, really? You did that story and didn't mention me?" Well, the story wasn't about you. The story was about your homeboy. So that's why they mention you. On top of that, sometimes you just don't know. People don't want to be mentioned. So, you don't put extras on these dudes' name. I'm sure dudes that died in 79 or have. What's up with you? Don't come up in here with all that rolling stuff tonight, my brother. What up with it, man? By now, we all know what you represent, man. Man, I like the stand up comedy too, but it's not getting no views, so it's really a waste of time. It's almost as bad as going live. At least live we can interact and I can answer your question. But the numbers are just pathetic. It's not a good look, and it's frankly it's a waste of time. I might can make you laugh, but it's a waste of time because nobody's watching it. Not all brothers and OGs want their story shared. You're right, Kev. Well, what I'm saying is, like, everybody like to remember the legends in their family or community, right? But some people are ashamed of it, and some people are worried about backlash. And then you got some people who parents whose moms didn't tell them about their father, and now they see their father was a gang member, a felon, a thug, a hoodlum, a criminal. You know what I mean? And some are cool with it and some not. That's who your mother chose to be with. That's who your mother chose to have a baby by. You shouldn't be ashamed of that. Should I tell stories about my father all the time, man. You know what I mean? They existed. If a man or a woman, especially a man from the streets, because we know the streets is like the underground. Streets is like talked about in movies and Hollywood, and it's very intriguing to people outside of gang culture. And so you live your life for your hood, your set, your community, or trying to make a reputation, and then you die and you just go away. People want to be remembered. That's why they were doing the things that they were doing. They wanted to leave a legacy. They wanted to be remembered. They wanted to reach a certain status. And so it's doing a disservice to them just to let their name go away. They lived how many ever years thinking they were going to leave something behind and end up leaving nothing behind. So I don't know. I probably look at it differently from others. You know what I mean? But neighborhood, what's up? What's up? It's your maggot neighborhood crip with some find out their mama slept with a busser or a rat. Well, they'll deny it or they'll pretend like they don't know. But that could be kind of hilarious if we really broke that down. Because you also left one aspect out of that. Some dudes had boyfriends in prison. Some dudes was the girl in prison. But see, I don't talk about that stuff. I don't name the individuals if I know for sure they was doing it. If it's a question mark, I might. Well, I take that back. I named one homie, and I questioned the dude from the vet OVG, but it's a lot of bad to come with gangbanging. A lot of bad to come with gangbanging, but kids want to know who their parents was. You know what I mean? That is why I don't profile certain dudes, P. That is why. But But I'll say this though, P. Some dudes may not have been lived up to the hierarchy or the moral. They might not have been had good morals, but if their reputation and their place in history supersedes that, then they are still worth profiling or being interviewed to me. But if you never reach that stage of hierarchy or celebrity status, and you fall up under those guidelines, those bad guidelines, I don't think you should be interviewed or profiled. That's just me, though. But to each his own. Everybody's platform is different. Everybody has different angles for what type of interview they want. And some people are just desperate for content, so they interview anybody. You feel me? But yeah, man. I'm just trying to find videos on Baby Feet funeral. Baby Feet funeral was way before YouTube and camera phones. Good luck on that one, my brother. Good luck. Kev, your stand up is hilarious. You have a gift. Thanks. We need a Nipsey Hussle motivation documentary from you, Kev. You have to break that down for me. Like, I'm not the most intelligent guy. I don't understand what a motivation documentary from me means. Like, are you talking about on a big screen? Or are you talking about on a YouTube? And what is motivation? Like, Nipsey is a motivational person, period. His story is inspiring. The things that he did are inspiring. So I don't understand. Monique Hill, what's up with you? No, YouTube, the motivation he left and things he did. I mean, I feel like we already did that. I feel like the Nipsey piece that I put up about the Slauson boys, they talked about how intelligent he was. They talk about how he knew how to do music. Showed him dunking in the backyard basketball court. So they talked about him playing basketball. It basically timelines his rise. I don't know what more I could do. You know what I mean? Peace, happiness, and all that other good stuff to each and all line lords. I feel like we need to do a motivational video on what? Draymond and Jimmy. Draymond got kicked out the game, man. Jimmy missed like 3 layups in the clutch, man. What's going on with that? I feel you. I feel you on that. Cause where can we find your remixes on your intro? Uh, I don't know, but you could try Captain Cole. I've been trying to motivate Captain Cole to do more mixes and get his name out there, but bro just has a whole lot going on. It's always something going on with him, so I gotta deal with him when he's open and got time. But he should really push his content and really push his name out there. I mean, he got the plug by saying Kev Mac videos. You feel me? So, um, I don't know, man. I think he should really push that stuff out there. I was gonna drop a tape with those mixes, but I never was able to get around to it financially, so I haven't done it. Cause Wack say he talked to you time. Yeah, Wack. I haven't talked to Wack in probably. I'm gonna tell you when I had the last time I talked to Wack is when 600 had start going in. When 600 start making a name for himself is the last time I talked to Wack. So what's that? About 2 years, 2.5 years, maybe, maybe. Well, I take that back. Yeah, it's been a while. You know why? Because yeah, it's been a while. That's the last time I talked to Wack. Finally getting rid of Derek Carr. How is our guy, Big Ron Ron? I haven't spoken to Big Ron Ron in a while, but he's good. Big Ron Ron's cool. Sometimes I feel like me and Baby Crazy are the only dudes to lose a fight behind bars. Like, damn, these niggas ran every stoop and got Mayweather numbers. You know what? I think a lot of people say that. I think you guys don't be listening. I think, or maybe you guys are just watching the guys that say they don't lose. I mean, I done told a million stories, man. Uh, black eye after black eye after black eye. Sinbad Fotre say he used to get beat up all the time. Uh, it all depends who you watching and what you're listening to. Bam Effect, man. I don't know how long you've been on this channel. I don't know how much you pay attention. I done answered that probably 50 times, man. I I done answered that question like 50 times, bro. Make a mixtape with Guy, cuz please, local. What? A mixtape with Guy? Huh, I don't know. I might not. Like I said, I was never able to get around to doing it. But I think it would be cool. But then you get to listening to it, right? You get to listening, and you're gonna hear Care Mac, Care Mac, Care Mac. You're gonna get tired of that shit. Care Mac, Care Mac, Care Mac, Care Mac. You're gonna get sick of that. Cartoon told a story about losing a fight in jail and on the street. Sinbad, a real one, I want to meet. But yeah, a lot of people say that, man, but I don't think people pay attention. Sinbad's cool. I talked to Sinbad today. When I woke up, I talked to Sinbad. Story time, cuz a funny one. That low, no gas, enemy hood happened to me. Yeah, real story. A lot of people know the guy in that story that I said, Big Pat. They call him No Good. I believe it's No Good. I always get his name confused. But yeah, a lot of people know him. A lot of people know him, and you know, it was a little online riff, right? So let me just say this while we sitting here chopping it up. When I tell a story, and not just me, but other people tell a story, you have to follow along. If I tell you a story took place in 1989, the motherfucker pictured 1989. That means everything going on in 1989. I'm not going to talk about Elon Musk vehicle, a SUV. I'm not going to talk about a Tesla if the story is in 1989. So there was a few people telling me I'm lying because that ain't the hood, and you know what I'm saying? Oh, he mixing up streets because that ain't the hood. But luckily, I had some portrays come in the comment section and say, no, that was our hood in '89. You know what I mean? You gotta picture yourself in the time. That's the whole purpose of. In the beginning, I say this takes place in the hood, or this takes place in LA, 1989, 1991. Now it's on you to understand the timeline and follow along, but you gotta want to sit back and always try to discredit somebody. Always try to be funny in the comment section instead of pay attention. I used to always talk about comprehension skills. Our people that watch this gang content, the majority that leave comments lack comprehension. They don't understand what the hell they're hearing. You feel me? So, you know, and I'm going to keep it 100. I got to saying, damn, I fucked up. I messed up. Damn, what street was that? Now I'm trying to figure out, damn, what street was I on? Because the story's true. But then when the folk trades leave them comment, I'm like, all right, cool. Made me feel better. Like, no, I didn't tell the story wrong. I didn't get the street wrong. I know where the hell I was. And I know where the hell the homie from folk trade came walking from. You feel me? How old is West Boulevard? And was they your closest allies outside the neighborhoods at one point? I mean, the UGs ain't neighborhoods, and the Block Crips ain't neighborhoods, but definitely West Boulevards was cool with us. They go way back. They got a history. They go way back, but they gonna have to tell their history. DJ Black Rag, what up with it? Yeah, not just that people checked out though, but territories start to change. Numbers can fluctuate from one era to the next, from one set to the next. So, um, but yeah, man, I think I've been around pretty long now. I think I withstood all the naysayers by now, to where a lot of people that thought I was lying and making shit up understand now. I seen a comment on that video we was talking about the other day that stole my content. Well, no, I take that back. It wasn't that one, but it was a similar one that it took my content. And I left a comment on that video long, long ago, months ago. And somebody had left a comment and said, you stole those pictures and video. It ain't like you did the interview. I'm like, I couldn't respond to that. Only thing I said was go back and read what I wrote. Like, people don't understand what I wrote. I wrote that I'm the one who took the time out. I rented the car. I went to California. I went to the hood. I did the interview. Motherfucker leave a comment saying, like, who am I? Like, okay, this person don't know me. That's cool. But how they gonna tell me it ain't my pictures and my interview? It's crazy how people be getting at you, but I gotta think some of these people are kids. Obviously, people ain't seen the channel to say something stupid like that. It's crazy though. Cause tell them how Crash used to do. I spoke on. Well, I probably could go harder with the Crash stories, but I talked about JJ May and how he jacked me up on 60th, and I got some more stories about when they come on our side, which is the county. They come on the north side of Slauson, west of West Boulevard into the county. But this is 77 Crash coming over, messing with us, and peeping out my house and pulling us over and tearing up our cars on the inside and stuff like that. I think JJ May is still alive. They piggyback. Absolutely. We know that. We know that. But everybody don't know that. So they leave stupid comments like that. But for the most part, like I said, I've been around long enough. You may not like me, but man, them stories ain't far off now. They're my stories. You may disagree with it, but they're my stories, man. And then it amazes me when people think I can't tell a story. Like, I don't have the facts to tell a story. Like, you dudes is crazy. Makes me wonder, what was these other gang members doing with their life? Because dudes that was really in the streets understand these stories are universal. A lot of these stories are the same from hood to hood. Purdue's in the back seat taking a ride. Michael Jordan fans are the most questionable sports fans of all time. All right, cool. You have an obsession with Michael Jordan, or you just wanted to throw Mike's name out there or something? Like, what's your point? Man, if anybody questions Kev's pedigree or integrity at this point, they trolling or weird. Definitely weird. Definitely weird. Of course, we got trolls. Trolls been pretty good over here lately, though. Salute Macheads and Maniacs. KM Rich Mob. What up with it, fool? Oh, Tammy got a wrench and ain't up in here. She must have a hot date tonight. Happy pre-Mother's Day to all the mothers. Man, I think this year I might hit one of my baby mamas and wish her a happy Mother's Day. I feel half nicer this year. I'll hit my daughters. Oh, I gotta hit my sister and my niece. I think I'll stop right there. Michelle been on them trolls butts. One post is not an obsession. My point was what I wrote. Not hard to figure out. Yeah, not hard to figure out you on the wrong channel, that's for sure. I don't know, you had Eileen hotter, you or me? Probably you. Come on, man. You know who had Eileen the hottest, man. Don't even get into that debate. Man, I had Eileen hot for years. You know everybody. Man, your family, your household, the Brumley household, the neighborhood watch on your block, Bridget Sanders' house, everybody knew they was watching me. They was having meetings on me in the what do you call them, neighborhood block meetings? What do you call that shit? Meeting with the sheriff, telling on me, and sheriff telling them that they looking at me. And come on, man, you know who had it hot. Now, who was hotter? Probably you. Who stayed in more drama? Without question, you. No doubt about that. But when it come to hot, come on, man. You know who they was on. Man, look, I keep forgetting to tell this story. That I was so hot one time. I didn't have nothing but a suspended license, a failure to appear for suspended license. I'm at the house chilling with my son, man. My son is a newborn. My son in diapers, he a newborn. His mama had just dropped him off to me. The fucking sheriff was right there watching. And when they seen her leave, they hit the house. I'm like, come on, man, I got my baby. And it's just a suspended, a failure to appear. I'm like, man, look, y'all can wait till she picked the kid up and I'll turn myself in. How about that? You know, they look, man, actually they was on me so tough that they the reason why I beat a lot of cases. Because I already knew they was on me. So I had some slick moves for their ass. I had some really slick moves for their ass. But we'll talk about some of those another day. Crash used to do us all South Central bangers because most of these people never been in the city. No, that's my homeboy. That's my homeboy. That's your homeboy too. He was a menace back in the day. And yeah, they ever hit you with the mini tank? No, they ain't never knocked mom's house down. No. Yeah, man, I miss moms for sure. I miss moms. Let me see. Oh, you said Sanders is my sidekick. Your side, not the Sanders. Your sidekick was hot. Mr. Kelmac, what that sea like, cuz? What's up, Dark Gloom? Where you from? How long you been around on this channel? It feels good to not have any penny. Who you telling? I get to wake up in the morning ain't thinking about no police. See, that's what you guys don't realize. Minus the jail and little prison terms, my freedom years, what up, Sinbad? My freedom years was always spent with, man, are the police gonna hit the house 5, 6 in the morning? You know, sometime I wouldn't even come home because I figured they was gonna kick in the house. So I go spend a night over at Broad House or go get a room. But waking up every morning, wondering if the police gonna be at your door is crazy. So once I got away from that life, I realized, oh shit, this is how normal people live. You don't have to worry about that when you go to sleep or when you wake up. So I honestly used to get up 5:30, 6 in the morning. I look out the windows. Sometimes I go outside and look down the street, and then I go back in and jump back in bed. Them days are over with. If I hear a siren now or walkie-talkie, I don't even jump up. I don't get paranoid or nothing because I know it ain't for me. So it's like night and day when you're involved in illegal activity. And once you get away from that and get accustomed to being away from it, you feel a different life. Yeah. Crash was on me before I hit Crenshaw Boulevard. And man, Crash used to be on me before I hit Slauson, and I just lived one block from Slauson. And then if I went down 54th, they was right there on 54th. Man, look, it got so bad that the sheriff used to sit on Alviso where they could see through the playground chain link fence and see my house. So sometime I walk outside and I see the sheriff on the other side of the block. You know, at one point I used to park around the corner. I get up in the morning, I hop the neighbor's back fence and go through their front yard to get to my car. The sheriff's sitting on my block waiting for me to leave. I'm around the corner. Yeah, man, I got stories that I never told, but that life, you know, I don't like to just talk about this stuff all the time, man, and give up game. All right, for sure, Sinbad. I grew up on and then the 46 is Central. Police came through first, or the enemies and the police. Well, I was lucky in that sense that enemies wasn't really coming on our street. That would usually be like, you know, either they was messing with my niece or like the VNGs or Inglewood families taking that route and just happened to either pass us up on 54th and see us or turn down Eileen and see us. So where I lived at wasn't a hot spot for rival activity, shootings and stuff. The few shootings was either at me or, like I explained, me and baby Shawnee Mac shooting at dudes. We got a homie on the block whose house been shot up, but that was just us. And then remember the neighbors, the Mexican neighbors, they had somebody come over there shooting at me, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Bro shooting up in the air, scaring people, shooting lights out and shit. So it was us. It wasn't but really two houses on the entire block between Slauson and 54th. that that attracted all that gang activity. When was the last time you hit a 14 parlay? The end of April, I gave out several 14 parlays, but May has been bad. May's been terrible. But the last week of April, gave out quite a few 14 parlays. That's crazy because VNG right there by Jack in the Box. My homie grew up over there by Street Elevation. But yeah, capping with Kev Mac, Breadwinners Unlimited. I give out picks, and April was pretty good. May has been a disaster. May will make you quit. May will make you just throw in the towel and give it all up. May is that month you may win, you may not, and you probably will not. At least not the first week. Rob Moses. What's up, Rob? I thought about somebody I want to interview. I want to interview. I can't call it, just live. I want to interview the dude on my street, one of the Brumleys. Uh, Glenn. I want to interview Glenn Brumley, but also his brother Quinn. Quinn, I got a short little interview about the gambling. You guys may remember. Quinn was nervous and shit. Like, come on, man. It's nothing to be nervous about. But they would be good interviews because they know me from basically from birth, and they know my whole family, and they done a lot with me. And like I said, I fought one of the brothers. I know their whole family. I've been in their house. They've been in my house. Uh, I think there would be some good interviews, but I don't know. I don't know where Glenn is right now. I haven't seen Glenn in years. Quinn, his number. I don't have his number no more. I try to reach out to him recently. I don't have that number no more. New England Patriots, homie. But yeah. So what up? We done slowed down, man. This slide was doing all right for a minute. Some dudes who wasn't deeply involved was around for a lot of incidents. It's some dudes who wasn't deeply involved but was around. Yeah, yeah. I don't think they'll do no interviews. Interviews ain't for everybody, and everybody ain't clout chasing, But yeah, there are some. uh, but I'm glad you asked that question because some of those probably would be some good interviews. Probably, you know. I mean, we dying left and right, homie. Tomorrow ain't promised. So every time somebody die, we done lost some stories. We done lost some type of history or perspectives. Free one of the most intriguing figures in the game. Who might that be, James Cash? Still trying to hear a Big Rick interview, but he's not trying to do one. Okay, you answered your own hopes right there. Who was, if any, who was the biggest athlete to come out your section? I think Daryl Strawberry, homie. I believe Daryl Strawberry, man. Let's see, who else? All right, I thought so, but I wasn't sure. James Cash. I'm hoping so too, Rob Moses. That'll be a good one. Yours won a Heisman Trophy. He probably would, baby, but it might not be me, but probably just won't, might not be me. I don't know. Me and Lil Fee, we was tight for a few years while he was on death row, but something transpired to where we don't talk at all no more. We don't communicate. Plus, you can't really call me. You have to text me in order to reach me. You know, my phone been off for a couple of years now, maybe 3 years, 2 to 3 years. I just get tired of bill collectors and negative energy. I don't want to hear no negative energy. Don't call me when you got a complaint. Call somebody else and complain. Let them call me and tell me. But yeah, man. You know, I'm like the homie say, I'm a hermit, homie. I'm a hermit. I like to be tucked away under a rock by myself, man. Have you ever told the 7-9 beef I started and I missed it? You talking about the 60s and 8 trays? Bro, you really missed that? Man, listen, man. Go type in Mac videos, Tyrone. Go type in that, man. Or you might try Mac videos 8 tray verse 60. Hell yeah, you missed it. Man, we had a whole series on that, bro. You can even type in Mumpy, Doe Eye, uh, Pretty Boy touches on it, Spooky, quite a few, homie. Malik Shabazz, what up with it? Okay, Rashawn Salam, all right. I think he's talking about the 60s and 8 trays, not the Swans. I got a day one homie, been gone 15 years. He got an L, but his conversation way out. I can tell it's taking a toll on him. Uh, I think Lil C Dub was the last person that asked to borrow money from me. People know not to call me and borrow no money because I ain't got no money. I don't keep no money. I don't save no money. So I'm not worried about people calling to borrow money. That's one of the ones I'm not worried about. It's the, hey man, you did this and you said that. Hey man, I heard you did this. I heard you did that. Oh, man, I don't want to hear that shit. Hey, the homie or the homegirl said this and she got a problem with this, man. Listen, man. Tell her go lay down for a little while. She'll forget about it next week. Tell the homie to smoke a joint or go get a Jack Daniel. Next week he won't even remember what I said on YouTube. 1979, my cousin told me it was over jacket, and then I heard it was over women. Bro, go check. You missed a whole lot of videos, man. I got so many videos about that war, homie. I just told the cashier at Petco, do I want to donate to charity? I told her I need to start my own charity. I used to donate a lot at Panda Express. I used to donate a lot at Panda Express, but one day I was short a few pennies. I was short like 4 pennies, and they was holding up the line, tripping off 4 pennies. I said, all right, no more donations. I'd be good though, for real. 2 grams a day, better than an ounce. Kev, can I put a G on gold? I wouldn't put no G on gold and fake. Not with Curry out. Not with Buddy Hill just jacking up threes. Like Buddy Hill was doing cool until he want to take hot dog and take an off balance three with 2 people on him. Like, come on, buddy. You're not that guy. Bro, we're Ignacio. Little Sleep is still, oh, you know what? I don't know where he at. Haven't seen him in some years. I don't know where he at. Speaking of the war, have you interviewed anyone who was at the actual incident? No, I haven't. Ace Capone, what up? Yeah, Butler missed like three layups, maybe more, but I peeped he missed three layups. Like, wow, Jimmy, are you serious? He took Gobert to the rack, and then he going with the left hand. I thought Jimmy should have dunked on him. He would have got fouled too. Jimmy goes with the left hand way on top of the glass, and he's at the basket. I'm like, wow, Jimmy, you blew that one. And plus, Jimmy know how to use his body and draw fouls. So I'm surprised he didn't even just at least hold the ball and turn and let um, the big man hit him. Gobert fouls all the time anyway. He would have fouled out that game because he ended up with five. He would have fouled out. Yeah, Green fouled out. That was a weak call on that foul, but if you got five fouls, you're not supposed to be riding nobody like that. But that was a weak foul call. But yeah, he fouled out. I mean, shit, you got to give it your extra. You got to play harder when your main guy is out. So I don't fault Draymond Green at all, but Draymond is known to foul out or get technical fouls and not finish the game. Looney soft as hell. Looney is so damn soft. Man, Looney soft. He fouled out too. I never liked Looney though. Even when they was balling, I never liked Looney. I got a partner in the Bay Area that's a Warrior fan. I always told him I didn't like Looney, man. Looney looked like he retarded and slow. But he gets the job done, I guess. He got a big body, wide shoulders, big dirt looking dude. Yeah, he do. He do, James Cash. He got that old school grit. I think Monster Cody spoke on it and Mumpy. They weren't actually there though. Pretty Boy spoke on it. Cute spoke on it, but wasn't none of them there. Monster Cody wasn't there. If Monster Cody was there, I don't think it would have happened. Monster loved the 60. Remember, he said he used to hit up 608 Trey. Remember, he grew up with the 60s. Remember, put in work with the 60s. Went to the party with Mumpy with the dirty shotgun shells. Rode bikes with Pretty Boy and a couple other homies. Yeah, man, Monster wasn't there. I don't know if they got a head count on how many people was there. Probably have to talk to one of the A-Track gangsters. He also made an apology to them dudes, James Cash. So, if he didn't want to incite a situation with them, I'm not sure you should. Man, y'all really on that 79 thing today, huh? March passed. Y'all should have been asking these questions 2 months ago. 2 months ago, man. I don't know. I don't remember Monster being there, bro. I don't know. I know he spoke on the fight, but I don't think he was actually there. I could be wrong. My memories evaporate. But I don't think Monster was there. I do remember him talking about the fight. And he's talking about boom, boom, and what's the name, Fatty? 'Cause. 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 ' Yeah, the egg sandwich story was good. Watch District, what up with it? That was the year I jumped off the porch. Yeah, I started messing around then too. After that, way after that, is seventh grade. Later that year. Could any consideration on going outside the box and having a seaside stretch interview to assist on bridging the gap between LA and the Bay? I never considered that. Um, I don't really know what the gap is because, like I said before, LA and the Bay motorcycle clubs kick it all the time. It's a huge connection in the motorcycle scene, the rap scene. So I don't really know what the gap is. It may not be, as respectful and lovey dovey as people may expect, but I don't know where the riff is. I don't know where the beef is. If we seen five dudes from the Bay walking down Slauson, and wasn't nobody gonna trip on them. And I don't know of no instances where the homies was up there and they tripped on them. There might have been a couple robberies, but shit, that's how LA got down. That was LA's MO back in the day. Well, y'all, I'm gonna go on and get up out of here, man. I was waiting on Sinbad to come in, but I already went over an hour. I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night. Good looking out, Marlon Guest. Appreciate you, homeboy. I'm out later.